Ultraman Avengers, issue number 2 from Marvel Comics. So super quick recap, Galactus was attacking New York when Reed Richards sent Galactus as well as some of the Avengers through this portal and sent them into the universe of Ultraman. And Galactus is trying to eat Earth because that's what Galactus does. He eats planets. And of course, Ultraman's not going to allow that to happen. And the Avengers realize, hey, we got a buddy, we got a teammate with Ultraman, so let's team up together and fight Galactus as well as the Kaijus. And that's pretty much what issue 1 was. Issue 2 starts off with what's left of the Ultraman group. I say what's left because in the Ultraman run, we didn't see this in issue number 1. It was kind of briefly talked about, but in the Ultraman Marvel Comics run, what happened is basically the leader of the, I think it's USP. I keep forgetting if it's USP or SSSP. Like, there's so many different Space Patrol names in the Ultraman universe. But basically, the Space Patrol, they have been taken over. It turns out that the leader of the Space Patrol is this alien that's trying to take over Earth. And Shin, who is the host for Ultraman, discovers this. And so he breaks off from the group, and some of his loyal friends join him when they realize, hey, this isn't the Space Patrol that we were signed up for. We were signed up to protect her, not to take it over. And basically, there's been a bunch of propaganda to turn Ultraman into a villain. Like, they basically say Ultraman went rogue, and so you can't trust him. That's going to play a part in this issue later on. So they're trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to do against Galactus? As well as the fact that in the last issue, they were being attacked by giant kaijus. So they're like, okay, well, we need energy so that we can work on Jack. Basically, Ultraman Jack, the giant mech robots. So they're like, okay, well, we have to break into the Space Patrol base and get the technology, like the batteries there, so that we can charge up Jack. But we also have to take on the kaijus. So we're going to split up. We're going to have Tony stay behind so that he can work on building up Jack and basically making him even tougher. So, like, power him up enough so that he can fight Galactus. Meanwhile, we are going to send Captain America and the 2 Spider-Mans and Wasp to go try to steal some batteries so that we can power up Jack. And Captain Marvel and Shin are going to go fight the kaijus. So everyone goes their separate ways. Tony has a talk with Kiki about how Kiki feels like she's just kind of a third wheel. Like, she doesn't have a suit. She doesn't have a mech to pilot. She's not an Ultra. She has no special powers. She's just kind of there. And she feels like she doesn't really contribute as much as she would like to. So Tony's like, well, why don't you just find something to do? It doesn't matter that you don't have any powers. There's still things that you can do. Like, look around you. You have technology. You have access to a mad scientist who's your friend. Build something up. Build something that you can use to fight. And Tony decides, well, most of my resource right now has to go into powering up Jack and stuff, but I'll see what I can throw together to give to you so that you can help contribute when it comes to fighting in the front lines. Then we have some moments with Spider-Man and Captain America. We do have one moment where Captain America basically is joking about, this is why Spider-Man can't be Avengers. You know that. And I'm just thinking, the reason why Spider-Man can't be Avengers is because Spider-Man doesn't want to be an Avenger. He's been offered multiple times. Maybe the comics have changed this because I haven't been keeping up with Marvel in years. But when I was growing up, the Avengers wanted Spider-Man to be in the group, but he always refused because that's just, he wanted to just stay and protect Manhattan and New York and stuff. He didn't want to be part of this group. Like, he would help them from time to time, but he was never officially an Avenger because he never wanted to be an Avenger. But now Captain America is basically saying, you can't be an Avenger. Peter Parker kind of takes offense to that. He's like, hey, I've been an Avenger before. And Captain America's just joking, like, yeah, no offense, but if Wolverine's on the team, that really ain't the Avengers. I don't know. I'm not saying this bothered me, but I'm just like, did that get changed? Have we gotten to the point where Peter Parker actually wants to be an Avenger? So yeah, Wasp with Miles Morales are able to sneak in and basically hack into the system to get these doors open, which reveals a bunch of Space Patrol soldiers with guns, laser guns. I was going to say we get a fight scene, but not really. Basically, they start opening fire, and then we cut to Ultraman fighting against Kaijus, while Captain Marvel is there to help out yeah, we get some kaiju fights, and then we cut back to the rest of the Avengers. We have Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Wasp, and Captain America. They come across Morheim, who is the leader of the Space Patrol group, the one that is really like an alien trying to take over Earth. And so Morheim starts fighting against the Avengers, takes out Wasp and Miles Morales, and maybe Peter Parker as well. We don't see Peter Parker go down, but we just see Captain America fighting against Morheim. We don't see Peter Parker doing anything. Captain America is like kind of down for the count, sort of. Morheim is basically blasting him with lasers, and Captain America is shielding the blast. And then that's when a shot goes off. And at first, Captain America thinks it's Tony Stark, but it turns out to be Kiki wearing a makeshift Iron Man suit. I think basically what happened was he just basically took his regular Iron Man suit and he just kind of tinkered it and put on like training wheels, because Kiki obviously doesn't have the experience of wearing a suit long enough to learn all the mechanics behind it. So he basically just kind of makes it childproof for Kiki to use. They're able to beat down Morheim, and they explain, hey, we need to take the energy tanks, otherwise Earth is going to get consumed and destroyed. And Morheim's like, all right, fine, take it. I'm not doing this for self-interest. Believe it or not, I care about the planet. After putting in decades of work into cleaning it, I won't allow my hard work to be wasted. And right here, they have Morheim down for the count. And they can kill Morheim. But instead, Kiki is just like, you know what? We're just going to take the stuff and we're going to leave. And as they're about to leave, Morheim even says, I just want to make this clear. Once the threat has passed, our war will resume, at which point I will kill you and your pathetic friends. And all I can think of is, why not just put the threat down right here? This is the part that always bugs the crap out of me with superheroes. We're like, oh, we can't kill, we shouldn't murder anybody because then that would make us the monsters. And it's like, no, it wouldn't. It would actually benefit everybody if you were to just take out the threat. Are you saying that police are monsters? Are you saying that soldiers are monsters? Are you saying that people who kill robbers breaking into their house, who fight off someone who's trying to attack them, like women who are being assaulted and pull out a gun and shoot their assaulter, are they murderers or is it self-defense? Like sometimes you just got to eliminate the threat, and Morheim is a threat. Morheim not only controls the Space Patrol, not only controls the media and the propaganda machine, but Morheim has expressly said, I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill all your friends once this threat is done. So this isn't like a temporary truce or anything. This is just take the tanks, get the hell out of here, and then once the threat of Galactus is gone, I'm going to come after you and I'm going to murder you and your family and your friends. And they're just like, oh, okay, we'll deal with that one when that comes up again. I would just be like, no, you know what? Just blast Morheim right now. Take off Morheim's head. You got the numbers on your side. You got the power on your side. Kill the threat right here and now so it doesn't come back to bite you in the butt later on. I get that, they're superheroes and they don't do that because they have a no-kill rule, but that's why it always bugs the crap out of me. That's why I always love, like, Punisher and stuff. That's why I always fall more under, like, Red Hood than Batman. Like, you just eliminate the threat. Take it out so that you don't have to worry about it later, so that it doesn't come back to bite you in the ass later, so that the threat isn't going around murdering other people. Sometimes you just gotta kill Joker. But yeah, we cut back to the fight between Captain Marvel and Ultraman and the Kaijus, where they come up with a plan where Ultraman is going to shoot his blast, his spacium beam, into Captain Marvel, who is then going to use it to power herself up and send the blast to the two Kaijus, because she can take on energy. So yeah, Ultraman uses his signature weapon, which is basically a one-hit kill. Every time he uses it on Kaijus, it basically destroys them. And it doesn't do anything to Captain Marvel. Instead, it powers her up so that she can kill the two Kaijus. So then we get a moment where Galactus is arriving in the city and he's feeding on the planet. And they're like, okay, we got to broadcast a city-wide message basically telling everyone to evacuate. Why you need to do a message to tell everyone to evacuate when there's a giant monster feeding on the city, I don't know. Like, you would think, hey, there's a giant monster, maybe we should leave. There were two giant monsters attacking the city earlier, maybe we should leave. But whatever, maybe people are too stupid and they'll stay in the city unless someone tells them to leave. So then they are like, all right, well, we can't have Ultraman do it because Morheim has been telling the world that Ultraman has gone rogue and is dangerous. So Captain America decides to do it. And first off, how does Captain America know Japanese? Because this is in Japan, but he broadcasts a message, and the message is just super basic. It's just, hey, I'm Captain America. I know you're unfamiliar with me, and there's a giant scary spaceman that just dropped into your neighborhood. But my friends are here to help you out. So in the meantime, I need you to evacuate the city, and don't panic. As long as you look out for each other, you'll be all right. We'll be there soon, Captain America out. And Shin's like, wow, that was impressive. That was amazing. How did you do that? And all I can think of is, really? You're that flabbergasted by a simple message? He literally just said, hey, I'm Captain America. You don't know who I am, but my friends are going to help you. There's a monster attacking the city. Please leave. That was his message. You're that impressed by Captain America doing a simple, basic message like that? Like, he had better speeches before. This is super basic, and you're that impressed by it? And we even have a moment where Captain America is like, I was trained to do this. This is something that I have experience in. And your time will come, Shin. I know it. And I'm just like, Shin, you could have done that message as well. Obviously, you're not going to do it because Ultraman is seen as a rogue right now. But if he wasn't, I think you could have done the same exact message. It was super basic. There's nothing there to be like impressed about. It's not like he was dropping in a MLK I have a dream speech or anything like that. It was just a simple, hey, city's attacked, please evacuate. My friends will try to help you if we can. Galactus is feeding off the city. Ultraman's like, hey, we need to talk to Galactus. Maybe we can negotiate with him. I'd rather not try to kill because that's not something that I do. Which I'm just like, have you watched Ultraman? Ultraman kills kaijus all the time. That's kind of his thing. He like Tokusatsu, like the original Japanese Tokusatsu. I mean, hell, even the like adapted stuff here in America, like Power Rangers, they kill the monsters all the time. Ultraman has no qualms with killing kaijus. He does it on a consistent basis. Like every episode, we have a new kaiju, and every episode he kills it. So he would have no qualms with killing Galactus whatsoever. But whatever. So yeah, he goes to talk to Galactus. And I'm going to be skipping their talk, but basically the talks don't go anywhere. Galactus says, I understand, that you got to protect the Earth, but I got to feed because I got people that I got to protect as well. And that requires me being alive. So the only way I can be alive is by feeding. So I'm going to feed now. And then he starts feeding off the Earth. And Ultraman just walks away. And I'm just like, dude, he's literally eating the planet right now. Why are you walking away? Like he walks away so that he can go back to his group so that he can tell the group, hey, the plans, negotiations failed, so what are we going to do now? When I'm like, dude, just start attacking him. Try to keep him busy or something. Like, I'm pretty sure the rest of the Avengers are watching you, and they'll see that if you start attacking him, they'll know that the negotiations have failed. It just feels very weird that, one, Ultraman has qualms about killing an alien species when he never had in the past, and two, that Ultraman will just walk away from Galactus feeding on the planet. I mean, yeah, he's going to come back and fight, but he wouldn't waste time. Like, he has no idea what feeding on the planet is going to do to the planet. I mean, he knows it's eventually going to kill the planet, it's going to destroy it, but he doesn't know, like, what the beginnings of the feeding is going to do. He doesn't know if Galactus feeding on the planet is going to be killing people immediately or if it's going to take a while. So him walking away just seems kind of weird. Like, he would be one that would just jump right into the fight. Yeah, that's issue number 2. I feel like they're trying very much to Marvelize Ultraman. And it's like, no, Ultraman is his own thing. He doesn't follow the Marvel rules. So I understand that, like, you got to follow the Marvel rules for the comics and for the Avengers. But you could have made something interesting where the Ultraman group is like, nah, if we got to kill something, then we'll just kill it. Because we've killed things in the past. We've killed aliens in the past. Why not we just kill Morheim now? Because Morheim is an alien. Morheim is a threat to Earth. So let's just kill Morheim. And then you could have had, like, the Avengers stop Kiki and be like, no, that's not something that we do. And then you could have had, like, a battle of philosophy between the Avengers no-kill rule and Ultraman and their group, like, killing threats. And you could have had something with that. You could have had, like, some tension between the group. Instead, everyone's buddy-buddy. Everyone's like, nah, we're not going to kill these giant alien threats that are destroying our planet. We're just going to let them go. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But, yeah, that's Ultraman Avengers issue number 2. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I mean, I like Ultraman, so I'm going to read it for Ultraman, but I don't really care for this Avengers group outside of Peter Parker. And I I don't like what they're doing with Ultraman here. I don't like the whole no-kill rule and stuff. It's not Ultraman. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.